3 makes a series.
3 makes a series.
Woohoo!
Is that true?
I feel like that's a thing.
If you kill 3 people, you're a serial killer.
There you go.
Bryn and friends, Bryn and friends. It starts with Bryn, but that's not where it ends. You've also got a bunch of her friends. Bryn and friends, Bryn and friends.
Featuring Simon.
I'm always running away. Like I just drop those donuts and I run. I don't want to.
Emanuel.
No, I gotta let my hair down because
Yeah.
Michelle.
And this is coming from a legal Karen.
And
Okay.
your friend and mine, Bryn Braden Wall.
Bryn and friends, Bryn and friends. On the internet talking about stuff. Different views off the cuff. What do you think will get discussed? Bryn and friends, Bryn and friends.
my God, when was the last time we were all in the same space together? Like, was it a Beers for Queers? Like,
It was probably
situation?
Simon and I's birthday in Toronto.
Yeah, in Toronto.
Because Michelle, you still live there? Yeah, you came, you made the piñata.
Made the piñata, yeah.
Emmanuel, you came, you got face paint as a pirate?
Oh my God, that's right.
That was a good birthday.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a good.
I forgot
that was
about
a good
that.
time.
That's a long time ago. That's
It
crazy.
is.
Do you guys think Karen is a slur?
No, period.
I changed my name just in time, honestly.
Totally. for it not to be suspicious.
Props to my therapist for pushing that agenda on me.
They saw it coming.
Yeah, she truly did. No, it's definitely not a slur, and this is coming from a legal Karen.
Yeah. Okay. Simon?
No.
Yeah.
No. Oh no.
Honestly, I don't think everyone needs to use it. But every time I see it, I think it's funny. And I also think maybe we could change it. Like, it would be better if it was Ellen.
Oh yeah. Okay, Ellen.
I don't want white straight men to say Karen. Yeah, I don't like when they chime in.
Oh.
But I don't want them
Sure.
to be a part of any jokes or
It's
discussions
true.
that I have generally.
There's this meme, and this was a long time ago, but it's like Jordan Peele, just sweating profusely, and then a bunch of women with those Karen haircuts. And it just says under him, it just says manager. And I was like, this is hilarious. I was laughing so hard. And Matthew's like, I don't understand. I don't get it. It's just, they've never had to, straight white men don't deal with Karen.
It's true.
Yeah, how are the, this is a dumb question. How are the Karens doing?
They're so okay. Well, first I'll say that the straight men are just the same. They don't follow any of the rules, and they walk right into the shop, and they don't read any of the signs, which say don't walk in. So that's what they're doing. They haven't changed. They would do that anyway. They're like,
Yeah.
what?
We
Advanced
expect
order?
it from them.
Can I just have them now? What? They're right there. Give them to me. But the Karens are just on an emotional journey. You know what I mean? This one girl got really mad when she called Matthew. She was in a really emotional state because she was gonna have a pig out day. She was like, I'm about to have my pig out day, and the donuts aren't here. So I guess what? Am I gonna pig out tomorrow? Am I gonna pig out tomorrow? And then I was really imagining her table.
Her cheat day?
Her cheat, but she called it a pig out day.
Oh
and I was
God.
only Miss Piggy gets to call it. I was what? A pig out? I've never heard it. I can't stop saying it, but I imagined her table with all of her different pig out foods, and the space for the donuts is empty. She can't fill it. And then we got one of the worst reviews we've ever got online from a woman. Or from a Karen, it's a better way to say it, is it's not very often because I feel the customer is always right, except if you know the customer is lying, and we knew she was lying. She was I came and your doors were closed and I couldn't get my donuts, and I was 15 minutes after my pickup time, and Matthew was on the phone. It's just you can go on Google, you can see it, and she's so angry. She's so angry. It's caps lock. There's so much caps
My.
And then Matthew and I had an argument because I saw it at 10 at night, and I was like, I'm gonna respond. This is it.
You should just write, okay, Karen.
I know. Anyway, people are just very emotional. You can really feel the emotional arc in how they're
Yeah.
That characterizes the Karen, is that emotion, that manipulation,
It's emotional manipulation, you're right.
That's how the Karen came about. That's her origin story.
Yeah. Michelle, I feel like the reason I even like knew anything about Ellen when Phil brought it up was you sent me that stuff about her, that like tweet feed. Do you have a favorite like story from that, or?
I think it was in particular Russell Brand that like he was talking to like, you know, the staff and she was just like, we don't do that here kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I was just like, oh, okay, you know, like celebrity, sure, like she's probably a dick, you know, like I have that assumption of a lot of people who are in media in general that they're probably not who they project themselves to be. Like, in general, if I see like a celebrity or an actor figure, I'm like, ugh, an actor, you know. They're probably really annoying.
Probably a Leo.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably.
Yeah.
Rising Gemini.
I don't get that joke.
The way that she would interview people, I just always thought she was mean, but
Yes.
I didn't.
Yes.
She just like had a way of like, I don't know. It was always there, but I always did feel like Ellen was like just a little bit not nice, and then it turns out she's really not very nice. I don't know,
Yeah.
which people don't have to be, but like when your whole persona is based on being like nice, like I just have not thought she was nice for a long time.
Deeses and Marrow, like those hosts, they always call Ellen like Messy Ellen because her questioning just like pushes a lot of boundaries.
It reminds me too of there was something in that thread that was like, you learn 2 things when you move to LA, and I don't remember what the first one was, but the second one was like, you heard a story about how shitty Ellen was. Someone,
Yeah.
and it really reminds me of Gian Gameshi.
Yes, it's true. When I first moved to Toronto,
like in Toronto, we all knew.
We all knew.
Right.
Yeah.
Matthew and I went on a dog walk off leash just before this, and then I was telling him about this question, and then he really made a sympathetic argument for Ellen, and then I was like, oh, you're taking the fun out of this for me, like Ellen's, but he was like, I maybe sometimes like when like women are in like executive roles, like they're still expected to be like kind and maternal, and so it's possible like she probably is a dick, but sometimes like men are able to like naturally behave like dicks, like they're not expected to be like warm or compassionate or talk. But also I think like overall I don't know, this is the moment, it's coronavirus, we're in a pandemic, and Ellen is a dick.
Have you seen anything interesting out your window?
No, I need to think, let me think.
Okay.
This was
Michelle.
I mean, I don't know if it was COVID-y, but like I was outside grilling, you know, like I often find myself on my balcony, and I'm right like off of a busy street, and I saw someone pull over, and I thought they were having car trouble, but they were like praying because it's Ramadan, right? So I was like, oh, wow, that's a lot of devotion to pull over on a busy street and pray.
Emanuel?
Do you guys like have that thing that goes on at 7 o'clock or 7:30 where like people bang on their pots?
Yeah, is that happening right now?
In honor? It's probably gonna happen in like 15 minutes. Because
I thought I heard a banging.
No. But it will happen. There's this one house directly below our condo across the street, and like the 4 kids come out, and one of the kids has this like little bugle, and it's like a vintage bugle thing that he just like goes off on, and it's actually very cute. But yeah, it's I mean, that feels like very COVID like.
I think there's a thing in Edmonton where people are yelling out their windows, like howling at a certain time. That was the thing, like downtown. Yeah, I heard it once. I didn't like it.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
like just howling.
That's upsetting.
It is upsetting. It was upsetting. It was. You're just trying to go to Shoppers Drug Mart. You know what I mean? And then you're like, where? What?
Yeah. Anxiety's already so high. I don't need to be like startled.
So just don't upset me.
I saw one of those kid like parades where they just like kid birthday parades. Yeah, there was like a house all decorated for a birthday, and people were just driving their kids by with like signs and balloons on their cars and like waving from the window.
Oh my God.
Pretty depressing.
That is depressing.
Simon, did you think of something?
Yeah, I did. I mean, masks are everywhere, right? But I just feel like Edmonton masks are just like not chill. You know what I mean? Like there's like, I don't know. I saw this with mine, and it was kind of like the Punisher, like that comic book character. Do you know what I mean? And I'm just like, can't it just be like these homemade masks? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think this is a time to express your like
Punisher.
individuality. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just keep it basic. Like, can it just be like, why are you walking around like literally a mass murderer? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so too much. And then I think like we've been delivering like a lot of donuts and children, like I guess like those pictures that children draw and put in the windows. Sometimes they're really sad, you know what I mean? Or like the drawing is sort of like a child psychologist might have like a real field day with it and it's just up in the window. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my
Yeah.
God. You should take
I've had enough.
pictures.
I'm always running. Emanuel, I'm always running away. Like I just drop those donuts and I run. I don't want to talk to anybody.
I understand that feeling, Simon, from when I was working, when like if you get a really chatty table or something and you're like, no, I'm at work. Like
Yeah.
I have other things to do, and like this emotional labor part is like too much to add into my job right now. Simon, how are you feeling about Edmonton reopening? Is it like, I feel like you might have a unique having a business?
No, I mean, oh yeah, I don't know. Well, we're not, we're like we're probably not going to change anything, like how we were doing anything right away. Like right now we're just doing deliveries and like people come between a time and like pick up donuts, but everything's purchased in advance.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually has made everything so much easier because we know exactly how much to make every day. So in a lot of ways, like how we do things is like so much simpler. So we're like not in a rush to really change anything at all. It's like, isn't it funny that like golf courses are open first? Like, isn't that just like white straight men got what they want? I mean,
totally. It made a bunch
So
of people
true.
go back to work.
So true.
right. And I mean, I know a lot of, I mean, I know I have like a lot of like First Nations colleagues that like also love golf, but I do also think it's like the white straight men's always got those golf courses open. It's like right now, we're going to start with that right away. If they're at the point where they're saying it's okay, then it must be okay. But that's kind of like my trust in like the bureaucracy or like the people working for it more than say the government itself. So I don't know. I want to think that it's probably fine just because I don't know what else am I going to do. I want to think that it's probably okay, but I'm cautious and probably I won't change my own behavior. Like, I'm curious to see how that plays out because I don't get the sense that people want to rush outside generally either, right? Like I don't know. What do you think? Hey, Matthew, your chopping is too loud.
Oh, no.
Your chopping is too loud. He's not happy about that.
Michelle, how are you feeling?
I think it's too soon, but I'm like super paranoid, I think. But also like I'm trying really hard to be rational and looking at the statistics, and Edmonton it seems like has a much lower rate and are like we have managed to flatten things, but yeah, like Simon was saying, I'm not going to change a lot of what I've been doing. And I think, I don't know, maybe it's holding on to some sort of hope that we have any control over this. And I'm just like, we all need to wear masks. The government should provide masks. That's where I go, right? Like, if we're going to do this, like, we all should still be careful, and things, need to kind of move slowly. And I mean, that's how I've been thinking of it. Just really maybe a bit too obsessed with the idea of masks, where I'm just like, we have to become a mask culture.
Well, the threat in Edmonton is like pretty low right now. Like we don't have a ton of cases, but also like to me, I'm like, it's low because we shut down. Like and if we're gonna reopen now, what was the point of shutting down in the first place? Like I don't like, what we need is a vaccine or a bunch of people to get it and die. Like it just doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, and Emanuel, you're in Toronto, so it's like different there. But your family has a restaurant here too, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy because like, so all of my aunts and uncles are kind of in quarantine, or I mean, I'm in isolation, but then they're also like trying to keep the restaurants afloat. They run Max's, which is a Filipino restaurant, but they also have this like bubble tea house by Holy Trinity. And so they're bouncing between both. And my parents just recently retired. And like the other day, my sister actually brought my little nieces over to my parents' house, and my parents posted on Facebook saying, "Isolating with the grandchildren." And I was just like, no, like that's not like that. And then I actually messaged and I was like, I'm pretty sure this isn't isolation, which of course was like kind of a dick move to make, which I'm constantly the person that's doing that.
No parents listen to their children ever. Do you know what I mean? Like, ever.
It's true.
Like my
Yeah.
mom just has like, my mom will, yeah, I'm like the last person she's going to listen to.
Getting like, I don't know, in particular, an ethnic grandmother to stop seeing her grandchildren, it feels impossible. Like, I think what it would take for my mom, if it was literally like it's been in other countries where it becomes like so authoritarian and like you're literally not allowed to leave your house, you know, I feel like that's the only way she's gonna stop, unless someone gets sick.
Yeah, it sucks because it's like they're the people we're most worried about.
Yes.
Like I'm an earth sign, so like I don't actually I don't deal with my emotions. So
Can I do a quick check? Like, Simon, how do you feel about astrology? Maybe this is a Leo
I don't
thing.
want to add this. I don't know. I thought we could do this in the last part of the show because I want to keep goodwill.
Okay, well, you know what?
No.
We'll circle back.
Only on my own sign, which is a part of
very
the sign that
Leo.
I am.
Like,
I'm a
typical
so I
Leo.
only
We
know-
don't like to
I
be
only
told,
know-
like,
I only know what Leos are. I could care less about any other sign. Like what?
Yeah.
I don't sign are you, Matthew? Aries. That's a bull. It's stubborn,
Oh,
right?
Aries.
I think our own sign
Aries.
is stubborn. Is there a...
I'm open to it. I'm very open to it. I'm open. No, I'm not. But I'm open. I could be.
Have you guys seen any of this UFO stuff? They declassified these videos of UFOs.
But what does that mean?
I did not know about it.
Does anyone care? Like, no one cares. This can be cut. If no one because I think
No, but
it seems like
you
no
tell
one
me more?
cares.
But
Like,
do the
not just you
videos-
guys, in general.
But do the videos show UFOs? Or
Army people taking videos of things while they're flying, so they're catching things, and it's grainy video of like, you know,
Yeah.
but it's coming from official government sources versus
Yeah.
Like
So
sources that
random.
were denying the existence
Mhm.
of it.
they're like, we don't know what these are.
Yeah.
maybe I care.
UFO actually is like a government term that they give for unidentified flying objects, so it could literally be anything. So I think there are like UFOs and aliens are not like
1-to-1.
equivalent.
Mm.
Yeah, so they're like declassifying it, but it doesn't actually say that they're like, that means they're admitting that it
aliens.
wasn't a weather balloon. It just literally was something they couldn't identify.
Right.
I'm like,
But why
whatever,
do it
probably
now?
that.
Well, just it seems like they like
true,
dropped
actually.
this. They're like, oh, pandemic, just dropped this here. And then everyone was like, whatever. Were they trying to distract us? Am I going full Mulder here?
Probably. There's something else going
You're a
on.
Scully.
For sure.
You're definitely a Scully.
You're right,
Oh my
because I don't
goodness.
believe in astrology.
Right. That's your thing. Okay.
No, but Scully,
Is she not?
well, she doesn't believe in anything that's not scientific except fucking
Oh.
God. Scully, get it
Oh,
together.
does she? Okay.
Yeah, she believes in God. Remember, that's her weird thing.
I couldn't watch that show because it was too scary.
You should watch it. Michelle.
It's too scary.
Still?
I agree. I did not watch it.
Yeah.
Simon?
I
Nice new
watched it.
segment.
I
You watched it?
But it is scary. It is scary. We need a paranormal comeback though. Like I don't
Yeah.
know. Like let's bring it back. Like
We
are
care.
kids into the
No,
paranormal?
see, here's the thing, Simon.
There's
No one
scary
even
movies
cares
though.
about these UFOs.
Yeah.
Nobody does care, I know.
So I've been watching a lot of stand-up. I find it like very comforting to watch stand-up
Mm.
that was made like many years ago.
Before Jeffrey.
Yeah, like years and years, because it's still like Gerard Carmichael's 2 specials are incredible. I think they're really good. And old Bo Burnham, I've been watching a lot of that, and like over and over again. Michelle, do you have a favorite?
Favorite stand-up? You?
Oh my god, I wish.
Simon and I took a class and we both took that.
No, I wish I was there.
You know, when I was a kid or like a teenager, I really loved Janine Garofalo.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
I really
Me
used to
too.
love her, you know.
I kind of forgot about her.
Yeah, and for a while, like, we saw, you gave me tickets to Amy Schumer one time when you couldn't go,
Yeah.
and I thought that was really
Mm.
funny. And I mean, she's kind of been problematic in other ways, but like,
Yeah.
there's some funny shit there. You know, I definitely watched the Ellen specials that were on TV.
Yeah.
I really like Wanda Sykes, actually.
She's
Wanda
great, yeah.
Sykes is great.
Watch
I think-
Tiger King.
Yeah.
You know, there's just things that happen during this time and they just happen.
Yeah.
And I don't want to think too much about it.
During the peak of like COVID anxiety that I was watching this, and I was like,
Yeah.
the chaos energy is like insane. Like I feel like I barely have my life under control. Like this happening in front of me just felt like the craziest.
It was
pretty
very
wild.
chaotic. That was some chaotic energy. That was
Yeah.
definitely chaotic. That's when I felt like I had the least. I felt like I had no bearings whatsoever on what was happening. And then I watched Tiger King for like 2-3 hour sessions, and I did feel like it.
You can't stop watching and you're like, oh my god, what crazy thing is gonna happen next? And then you finish and you're like, I hate myself for enjoying any of that. So I really like, I'm a very gullible person, so I fed into the narrative. Here's two dudes who run sex cults, breed and kill tigers just at will, like, and a woman who like survived a man who picked her up on the side of the street with a gun when she was 19. Anyway.
The one thing I think about Tiger King and speaking of Carol, I think no one is a good person on that show.
No,
Right.
like I don't want to hang out with Carol, but she's not what these guys are. Like she's a monster. She's exploiting people's labor as well.
Yeah.
But she's not also bringing them into a sex cult and making them get
No.
boob jobs.
I have to admit, my guilty like reality TV pleasure is like
Yeah, tell us.
Dr. Pimple Popper and like
Do you like popping pimples off of your partner?
Yeah.
no, I actually don't.
You actually
really?
don't. Oh, really?
Simon, I fell into you.
I had to stop, but yeah, I don't.
I like it too. Yeah, maybe it's a Leo thing.
Maybe
But
it
I
is.
can't watch those videos. I can't. I mean, I just won't let myself watch those videos. But I am mesmerized by them, like fascinated by them.
No, they gross me
I don't
out.
want it. I don't want it to be in my Instagram algorithm. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't-
But that's the thing.
Heard
You watch
you.
one, and
It heard you
like,
talking about it right now.
I know my
For
explore
sure.
page is garbage already. I don't want any. I just don't like when it's like I don't know. But you, Emanuel, you don't ever pop your partner's pimples ever, really?
It's
well, like we're like that's not really like part of the arrangement. I think.
Dom is like not into.
Okay, be like absolutely not. Stay away from me. You know, like.
I definitely always want to pick it Matthew. Do you know what I mean? Like
Okay.
I'm always like, oh, here's an errant hair. Like, do you want me to pull that out for you? And he's like, no, like fuck. I don't want you to fuck
leave
me.
my hair. I've had 2 girlfriends who like to pop my pimples, and they were both Capricorns.
Capricorn rising.
What are the Capricorn?
What's a
traits?
Capricorn?
I don't know.
Yeah, what's a Capricorn?
I just wanted to make that connection.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God! Look at your guys' faces.
Yeah,
Are we
let's
gonna-
circle
are we-
back. Simon, how do you feel about
Yeah.
astrology?
I don't know. I mean,
You, Emanuel, or Michelle, like, are you like, oh, I won't talk to Bryn about being a bitch because, like, she's a Leo, I can't change it. Maybe this
Oh.
is a Leo thing where, like,
Okay.
I'm like, no, this is, like, in my control. And, like, if I'm a bitch, it's because I'm a
Oh.
bitch. It's not because, or if I want attention, it's because I deserve attention. I don't know.
A lot of Leo stuff hits for you too. Like you're very, you're very like friendly and outgoing, but I don't know. It's not to the degree of other Leos I know. And
I told you I was bullied. And
so your Leo is not like
yeah,
the shining
really-
bright Leo you should be.
it got fucking, yeah.
I just think it's really cute, Bryn, that you are interpreting your contempt of your like reservations about astrology. You were seeing them through a lens of being a Leo. You're like,
Yeah.
because I'm a Leo. I think that's very funny.
I just said, like,
You're like, because I'm a Leo, I think astrology is bullshit. What sign is
like
Ellen? Like, what's
random.
Ellen? What's Ellen? What's
Oh
Ellen?
my God, what's Ellen's?
Ellen's an Aquarius.
Oh my God, my mom.
Mine too.
Leo
I
is the
feel
most
like-
famous sign, right? Like Leo's the number, like it's like the most famous one, right?
I think Leo's, it's the most hated sign. I
Taurus.
think.
What's the one that everyone forgets?
Well, Matthew's a Taurus.
What does Sagittarius?
Yeah, I always forget about
Pisces.
Sagittarius.
I always think of Pisces. It's like the two little fish. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
Pisces.
The twins.
Yeah.
That's just me responding. Like that's why anytime someone tells me their sign, I'm always like, "Oh, really?"
Emmanuel, what's your favorite thing about dogs?
I love puppies or dogs in general that have like really, really huge paws.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
Dogs with like the big paws, they just do it for me.
Michelle, what's your favorite thing about dogs?
Oh gosh. I really love their smell. Like when he's chill and like I just love smelling a belly, you know? It's just like I don't know, it must interact with my like serotonin or something.
If you had to choose between someone who didn't like dogs or didn't believe in astrology,
Oh my God. That's really hard. Is
Do you
that
feel
you?
that strongly about astrology? That's
Really?
easy. That's easy.
dogs are way
Yeah.
better than astrology.
I don't know. And it's like, I feel like it's kind of a barrier in our friendship, Bryn, because I always in the back of my head, I'm like, Bryn thinks I'm just spewing bullshit. And not that I talk about
No.
it that much.
No, you don't. And I don't think you're spewing bullshit. I just like, I like to make fun of astrology.
Bryn and friends, Bryn and friends, Bryn and friends, Bryn and friends.